Hey y'all, I just want to talk a couple minutes with you about our memory resources that we're using for Philippians 1. We'll talk about 3 this week, and then next week we can talk about the other 3. First, let's look at the one-page text. Sometimes I'll put this on my bathroom mirror or tape it inside a plastic quart Ziploc bag and hang it in my shower. This time I'll probably keep it on my desk. Just put it somewhere visible that you can see it throughout the challenge. Second thing, the bookmark. Let's look at some of the dates on the bookmark. You'll notice most of the weeks have 2 verses, but if the verse was particularly long, I tried to give it a week all by itself, like verse 7, verse 20. And towards the end of the chapter, I also slowed the pace a little with verse 27 and 28 by themselves, just because we're likely to need the extra time to catch up or review. We have a full week break, April 15th. That is the week leading up to Easter, and I know we're often reading other passages or we're busy doing Easter things that week with our family or church. So use the schedule, but don't be bound by it. We're not in a race to finish, but it is good to keep going, even if slowly, because sometimes if we stop for too long, it is hard to pick back up again. Third, the daily checklist. These are just some optional concrete things to do to help you memorize. You don't have to do any of them, but they can help you memorize easier and more meaningfully, which is what's really important. So just add to it or subtract to it as you like. The first letters, I usually do those every day. Scripture typer, I might not do every day. On Mondays, I usually like to look at the root words, which is Greek words when it's a New Testament chapter like Philippians 1. If it's an Old Testament chapter, they would be the root words would be Hebrew. Next week I'll be back. We'll talk about the 3x5 cards, the first letters, and the journal pages, which I really use heavily. I have a question for you to answer in the comments. Which of the 6 resources are most helpful to you? Thanks.